Who you guys want before they go? Susan? Me? Who else? Any other requests? Wards? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll raise that interim coach record, none from three. Yeah. Oh no, look, yeah, a real tough, wholehearted effort out there. A real gutsy display by the boys. It's no secret we're depleted, and we got a few injuries in the game as well. So look, that's just hanging in and got a result in the end. So great for the guys that are leading the club as well as our fans to finish on that note. We know it's still been a disappointing season in a lot of regards, but to finish on that, the gutsy win extra time, and as I said, to hang in, got to be happy with that moving forward.
Did you sense that there was the possibility of coming? I mean, obviously,
not at 18 nil. I didn't sense much, but look, our last 15 minutes of the first half, I thought we hung in and defended a couple of sets, we put some attack together. Like we got up the other end, we rolled okay with our completion rate was all right. Like in the first half, we only made a few errors, so we're in the game that way. And a couple of poor kicks. We were, kicked a couple dead, and Aiden was disappointed anyway in his kicking game for the whole game. But the second half, we really it went set for set there for a while again. And once we got a bit of a sniff there, and we got a bit lucky with that big 80-metre try. I suppose the turnaround when Anthony Don picked the ball up and went from try line to try line basically, and attacker getting over, and then we've hit the post, and we're not kicking many goals today either. So. But I thought in the end, scoring more tries than them, and we deserved a result.
Write down what you said at half time?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Look, no, full credit to the boys. Like they had Bowie Falloon busted, came off, said, look, if you need me, I'll go back out there hobbling around with a bad knee. And like he wasn't the only one out there. Guys taking the game, playing people out of position. Dave Taylor's moved all over the place from back row in the middle and then out on the centre spot, so we had to shuffle people around and look, they stood up, and it's just satisfying, for the fans and the players in particular to get a result.
Is that round one is obviously months away, pre-season still 6 or 7 weeks away, but does this give you something to build upon? Just a great way to end the season, so there is positivity from here till when you come back together again? Yeah,
you can always reflect on that win and say, well, remember that the last competition game we played. Now, other people would say, well, we're down the ladder a fair bit, but you can only go on your last game. And the last game was a wholehearted effort against the odds, and I think if you can take that attitude in and do that on a consistent basis, they're the sides that are up the top of the table. They get the job done week in, week out. So, we're not perfect. We've got a bit of tinkering to do with what we're doing anyway. We're going to be a lot healthier. At the start of the year, we have had a horror run of injuries. So, but that's something to reflect on and move into the pre-season a positive note.
Zilly probably wasn't the most constructed field goal sort of play. Were you expecting it, or were you calling for it, or sort of what were you thinking? Because it was quite a messy play with the ball.
Yeah, no, because they missed theirs, obviously we had the 7 tackles, so we knew we were going to be up there in position. So I said to Morts, give me the ball, I want to take the shot. So he said if he had no pressure on him, he'd give it to. Sorry, if he had pressure on him, he'd give it to me. So, but it was a bit of a stuff around the play of the ball. It took a little while, so, but worked out in the end.
Yeah, how was it feeling out there, mate? Sorry, like after such a tough year to finish it like that and come back like that.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be able to send, those guys leaving the club off winners as well. It's good to be able to have a good win at home against quality opposition. Not only for us but for the fans who've stuck by us all year. So, overall a good feeling. But at the end of the day, we probably haven't finished where we wanted to, and that's something that we'll look forward to next year.
William, what was your thoughts on what Josh Reynolds did at half time? Was there any discussion about it at half time between the players? That pass up through it, you know what happened.
No, well,
you didn't see it. He tried to run the ball over the.
Sorry.
He's way to the sheds. He just
yeah. No, we didn't actually. I didn't know what was really going on. I thought it was going to be play on at one stage, but he must have had his foot out, and obviously we got the penalty, so had a chance to have a shot at them. But it was weird.
Did you feel that perhaps sort of maybe suggested to you perhaps that the Dogs weren't quite now that they had that lead, they weren't quite switched on going into that second half?
Oh, look, I think they went to 18 points, and it's only natural. Probably, in a way, we let them go through us a few times back on the inside. We talked about that at half time, but I think that back end of the first half, I think, we defended a lot better, and so, if we could get points, we're in a game. 18 points is not insurmountable, but it could go the other way. They get quick try and go to 24, and then the game's starting to get out of reach. But look, you never give up, and to the boys' credit, look, it's hard to tell. There's a lot to play for in the guys that are leaving the club, and as Zilly said, it's great for Minnie to be out there, score a try, being a team that's had a win. Bale's disappointed he couldn't play his final game at the club, but to get the win again, he's proud of the effort of the boys, and that's a good note to finish on. But we're realists about it, and we'll reflect on the season and go, well, it hasn't been great, and there's some reasons for it, but overall we need to be better, and we'll look at that moving into next year. There's no doubt the Dogs can't be outside the 8, so really where they sit, the intensity might have dropped off, but I think that's probably taking a little bit of credit away from the boys as well, that should enjoy the win.
And Paul Carter, how's he, mate? Because obviously that looked painful. He was able to sort of walk off.
Yeah, he's got a medial ligament problem, and he needs a shoulder reconstruction as well, so he's a bit banged up at the moment. And Tommy Kingston's done a medial as well, and Bowie Falloon's got to get an X-ray on a kneecap, I think, so he's hobbling around. So we've got a few guys there, and a couple that got concussion and had to come off and then get back out there. So, it was one of those games where we just had to keep shuffling people around. We're running out of troops, but good win.
Jimmy, his cry for you when Minnie scored the try, his last game, that was like the awakening that you could win the game when such a determined try.
Yeah, it was. It was a real individual effort, that one. But I thought Minnie had overall an outstanding game, and you could tell the passion that he was showing just in his attack and defence. So I think it was really good that he scored that try and really set us up for the win in the end, I think.
Neil, what do you make of Dave being on the ball for the head sort of slam?
Look, there's no doubt there was momentum in there, and he's contributed to him going down. It didn't look too good. Look, we'll wait for the match review committee to look at that. It's the same with, I think, the lifting tackle as well. We'll just have to wait and see. We can't do much about it.
What's your understanding of just when you can serve those games, pre-seasons and nines and all-stars and those sort of things? You sort of know how it works, or to be suspended?
Oh, I'm not sure. Look, normally you can if you have a sanctioned NRL trial, it normally counts. We'll wait and see and see what happens with it. I think we definitely Clemens was sore, was injured. So, but again, I'll let that have another look. But we'll wait and see what they say.
Well, good.